What's up, people? It's me again. First, I want to thank all the people who made comments on my first YouTube video. I really appreciate that. I wanted to follow up with that on some things that I've done. Earlier today, I went to the range and I shot it off, and I have some footage of that. But before I get to all that, I want to respond to a couple of things from the first video. Thanks whoever told me about putting the Allen wrench right here to lower the stock a bit. Before it was a little bit higher than this, but it looks like I narrowed the gap down a little bit, but it's still not as far down as I want it to be. So maybe I need to work on that and make some more modifications. The second thing I wanted to comment on was what else was it? Oh, when I was firing, did the folding stock fold up, or did it come up any bit? That was one of the comments on the first video, and no, it didn't. It pretty much stayed in place. The only thing that kind of popped up was this first part up here. It was a time where it popped up a little bit like that, but that was pretty much it. For the most part, the folding stock stayed in place, and I think that was pretty much about it. As I said earlier, I went to the gun range about maybe a few hours ago and shot off probably about 20 rounds on a 12 gauge, and I also shot my 40 caliber pistol here, and had a pretty good time with my wife, and I let her shoot my 40 caliber for the first time, and I was kind of impressed with the way she handled that. And there's some bonus footage at the end of this one that shows her shooting that gun off. And here's the target that I was shooting. This is one of the targets. As you can see, it's pretty Swiss cheesed up. A lot of holes in it. You can see up here, this is probably a standard shot for my 40 caliber, and then everything else is pretty much the 12 gauge shotgun. As you can see, I got some pretty good shots in. This was probably about maybe 7 feet away, probably 6 to 7 feet away, and kind of had some misses here, but for the majority, you know, I got them. Just to give you some background about my handgun, this is a Steyr M40 Smith & Wesson 40 caliber handgun. I know probably you guys never heard of Steyr, but it's a German gun from Austria. This one holds about 11 shots total, and it's a pretty good gun. I mean, it's a very good gun. It's very powerful, very accurate, and it was recommended to me by the place where I bought it from, and so far I've had some good luck with it. I mean, it's a very nice gun. What else? This is the first time shooting a gun with this folding stock, and this pistol grip is a little bit different from the original pistol grip that I had before. It's a little bit narrower, so I'm kind of not used to it, and it kind of hurt my hand a little bit even more this time than it did last time, because the other pistol grip is a little bit more thicker. So as I was shooting it off, it did hurt my hand a little bit more, but like I said, it wasn't a painful thing. It was just kind of like an annoying ache, and the recoil, like I said, is manageable, and it feels good in my hand. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed the footage of me at the gun range, and I hope you enjoyed the bonus footage of my wife shooting the 40 caliber. Please don't make any comments about my wife. I know she's hot. But, thanks.
Oh, it's all good.
Did you kick it? Did you slide it back, kick it back real hard?
It's hard.
Did you do it?
I don't think so.
Just hold it.
Is that good?
Yeah. Go ahead. It's me again. I just wanted to tell you that when you go to the gun range and you shoot the 12 gauge off, it kind of tends to bring a big audience around you. I mean, everybody wants to see you shoot the big gun and hit the target. I wanted to share a quick story with you, something that's funny that happened maybe about 2 or 3 hours after I left the range. I was at a home improvement store, which is about maybe 20 or 30 minutes away. And I was checking out and a guy came to me and he was like, "Hey, you were the guy that was shooting the 12 gauge off earlier at the gun range." And I was like, "Yeah, that was me." And we started talking about, you know, guns, and I told him about my gun and where I got it, and, you know, he said he was interested in buying one. So it's an interesting conversation piece. I mean, and like I said, you know, you go to a gun range, you know, anticipate a large audience because people want to see you shoot up to, you know, the 12 gauge, and you know, it's a sight to see. So.